Good morning, friends. Myself, Paul Joseph, and today I would like to invite you to a webinar on digital forensics and its trends. First of all, I would like to thank the management and HOD and all the faculty who have given this opportunity for me, and I would like to thank you as well as you are listening to this webinar. And coming to myself, I am Paul Joseph. I am a project staff, and I'm working on digital forensics from last 3.5 years. So present right now I'm working as SRF behalf of UGC in VIT University, and today my topic is digital forensics and its trends. So this is my webinar agenda. So first I'm going to deal with introduction. So what is a forensics and what is the difference between forensics and digital forensics, and later I would like to move on to importance of digital forensics, why digital forensics is necessary in this digitalized world, and after this I would like to describe, or I would like to talk on different stages of digital forensics, its process, its different domains and different scenarios, why digital forensics is used. And later I would like to give a brief note on digital forensic tools with respect to open source tools and commercial tools with all domains. We have different domains like memory forensics, data forensics, database forensics, or network forensics, like this. So I would like to give a brief list of tools on this session, and in this fifth session I would like to deal with the current trends, or what are the current issues that digital forensics domain is facing. And with after that I would like to conclude the session with a few words. And if meanwhile if you have any doubts, or if you want to know anything, you can ping me to the email that I given at the end of this session. I have given my numbers also. So if you are having any doubts, please feel free to contact me. I would like to help you in this domain. So first I'm going to deal with introduction. So what is the role of digital forensics? Before going to the role of digital forensics, I would like to describe the terms forensics. So what is the term forensics? Generally, when any person hears the term forensics, they think it is a scientific term that is related to science world, scientific or hospitals, like that. For example, if any accident happens, so immediately police will come, they will seize the scene, and immediately they will call for forensic investigators. So there they will investigators will come to that place. Then they will collect the DNA, if available, or sorry, I mean, like they'll collect the fingerprints, or they'll collect the blood stains or hair stains, whatever the physical evidence they used to get. They'll collect they will collect those things, seize those things, and then they'll carry to the forensics labs. There they will analyze what are the data they used to define. This is the forensics term that is related to scientific world. But what is the digital forensics? Digital forensics is also known as computer forensics. It is nothing but application of scientific techniques to the digital crimes. We are having different scientific techniques, or we can tell like we are having 7 scientific techniques. So when we apply these scientific techniques to digital crimes, what like digital crimes like cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is nothing but harassing any person through a digital means, and identity theft or email phishing, sexting, digital denial, distributed denial of service, or peer-to-peer sharing. Like peer-to-peer sharing is nothing but torrenting. So any crimes that is related to digitalized digital devices. So um, then the analysis of these devices is known as digital forensics, or we can also tell like the scientific techniques when applied to the digital crimes in a digital forensic lab, it is known as the digital forensics. So what is the role of digital forensics? I would like to give you a brief note or history of digital forensics. In 1932, FBI has installed its first forensics lab. Make sure that it is not digital forensics lab; it's just a scientific lab. After that, in 1980, that means after 50 years, personal computers were invented, and when IBM invented its first personal computer, there the digital era has started. In 1993, from 1980 to 1993, they have set up a few labs, but nothing progress is there. So with the drawbacks, in 1993 FBI has started its first international conference on computer evidence. This international conference is limited to only disk forensics. I have told you that we are having different domains. In the different domains, this conference is restricted to only disk forensics. After 2 years, again, FBI started another conference, and in that year they have formed IOC, which is called as International Organization of Computer Evidence. So thereafter, in 2000, after 5 years later, FBI started its first forensic lab known as CFL, established a regional computer forensic laboratory. So once the CFL has been started, so the digital era, or so many cases which were pending, they began to sort out, and they began to finish. They started to finish it off quickly because of this computer forensic laboratory. So, and it is the year in which the investigations are extended to different domains like network forensic, network domain, memory, or RAM, like database domains like this. So once the CFL is installed in 2007, only that CFL lab on behalf of FBI has analyzed about 2 lakhs 50 sorry 2 crores 50 lakhs GB in 2000. That means you can understand of data is how much volume of data is being pending in the FBA. So it is very difficult for manual intervention. Any forensic investigator cannot alone analyze this data. So this is one of the main drawback. So I'm going to deal with in issues or challenges what digital forensics is facing. Meanwhile, I would like to give you as 3 scenarios before going to my talk. The first scenario is there is a person from Manchester University. She is a Michaela Munn. This incident happened in 2016. So when she is when she is in her university, she gave birth in her dorm room, and while she's taking bath. So later she don't want her baby to be alive. Then she drowned her baby in the bathtub, and she covered that, okay, I don't know that I have child, like I'm unaware of my pregnancy. So when I was taking my bath, so the baby, I gave birth, and the baby got drowned in the bathtub, and that baby died. So, and police came, and they have registered a case. In this scenario, how a person or how a police investigator can arrest this person, or how any person can tell that she is the victim. So keep this in mind. Later, I'm going to tell you how the police has chased her and arrested her. And the second scenario is it's one of the famous case. It's called as Btk Blind Torture and Kill. It happened. It started in 1974. From 1974 to 1991, there is a person. Okay, I will reveal his name later. So he used to gather some people like individually, and he used to blindfold them, and he used to torture them, and finally he used to kill them. So there are many almost in those cases there are 9 years boy and 13 years boy as well. So Kansas police has filed a case, and even they couldn't trace that, and they have given that case to FBI. And FBI came, and they have interrogated numerous people, more hundreds of people, and they have collected more than 1300 DNA samples from the people whom they have investigated. But still, they couldn't even find even 1% evidence from that. So with these things, the case was cold, and they'll almost they went into the stage to close this case. Finally, after 13 years, like in 2004, like this person used to do this BTK till 1991. At the after 1991, after 13 years, that means in 2004, this person has sent a floppy drive to police, to Kansas police, with a message. So this floppy drive, the police has given that floppy drive to the forensic investigators, and when forensic investigators has analyzed the floppy drive, so they recovered one document which was deleted. In that document, based on the document, they caught this person. How they caught? Okay, I will tell you later. And this is the scenario 3. There is a girl from Andhra Pradesh. It happened in 2016, and okay, So that girl, obviously, when she is 15 years old, she ran away with her boyfriend to some agency area, which her parents or her neighbors are unaware of. Finally, after 2 weeks, parents got news that her girl is missing from the college campus. So the police came when the parents have given FIR, like when they filed a case. So police has come, and the police has given this case to CDAC, which is located in Trivandrum. CDAC is the one of the best organization that is dealing with cyber forensics and digital forensics, all digitalized crimes. So CDAC has taken this case, and they're trying to calling her. They're trying to call her. She's not picking the calls, and after some time, she switched off her phone. She's not even using her phone, and these people, they don't know what to do. After some time, uh, somehow they caught her. How they caught her, I will tell you. So again, coming to first scenario. So how the police has caught this person. So when the case was filed, so police went to her dormitory room, and they seized her mobile and laptop from her room, and they have given the devices to forensics lab. In this forensics lab, the investigators have recovered all the data, all the history that she surfed in the internet. So through that history, they came to know that she has searched for a few terms like abortion, or like how to kill a baby, like that. She used to search the internet for these type of terms, and later they confirmed that she is the person who has killed her own baby. So through that mobile history, even though she deleted, but investigators could they have recovered that data, and through that history, they understood that she before drowning her baby in the bathtub, so she has searched on internet how to kill a baby or how to abort a baby, like that. She used these terms, and from these search terms, they have caught her and arrested. And in second case, I told you that once as the person sent a floppy drive to the police, so the forensic investigators they have recovered a document file. In the document file, when they have given sorry in the document file, when they search for metadata is nothing but the data contains the document name, document title, document first person, document last person, last modified, like it contains mag times. So in that metadata, they could collect only two things. One is the person's last name, his name is David, and another term called some organization name. So immediately the investigators have searched that organization name in the internet, and they could able to find the location of that. So they went to that place, and when they went to that place, so when they asked, they interrogated the person, and they came to know that person's name is also David. So immediately they have matched this person DNA with the 1300 DNA samples which they have collected. And when the DNA samples were matched, immediately the police have arrested him, and they have sent him 9 times life prison. So we can expect he will not come out. Almost it's like more than it's life 9 times life imprisonment. So, and third scenario is like how CDAC has chased this case. So CDAC has sent an email to her Gmail, which our parents has given. So in the Gmail, while sending the mail, they have installed a program called Notify Me. So when they have sent this Notify Me program as attachment. So whenever a person opens that mail, so immediately the sender will get a reply that this person has opened this mail. So that girl unknowingly, since she is 15 years and since she is not having much technical knowledge, so immediately she opened that mail, and immediately the C-type people got bound. They got that this the so and so person has opened this mail, and in that mail they could trace the IP address. So when they traced that IP address, they found that she's hiding in Vizag. So immediately they went to the Vizag, and they asked the internet service provider for the particular IP address. So when they traced when they traced the particular IP address, so they could search. They went. She's staying in a remote area which is far away from Vizag. So they went to that place and they caught her, and she was amazed to seeing these police persons and forensic investigators catching her. So this is the role of this. Not only this, these are very small incidents where digital forensics come into the place. So and in further sessions I would like to deal with the role of digital forensics. So coming to the digital forensic domains, so I told you we are having different domains. So the first domain is data forensics. It is also known as disk forensics, and second one is network forensics, third is memory forensics, fourth is mobile forensics, and fifth is cloud forensics and multimedia forensics. Apart from that, we are also having different auxiliary domains. So but these six are main forensic domains. So in these domains we are going to deal with each domain in brief, irrespective of their orders. So let's see. First of all, I told you there are different domains. So irrespective of any domain, we are having 7-stage design. So this is shown as below. The first stage is identification, and second stage is search and seizure, and third one is acquisition, fourth is authentication, analysis and presentation, and finally it is the preservation. So whatever the domain, whether it is network forensics, whether it is database forensics, or whether it is disk forensics or memory forensics, mobile forensics, cloud forensics, whatever the design, whatever the domain, these are the 7 steps to be followed by any domain investigator. But these 7 stages are comprehended into 4-fold, like acquisition and authentication and analysis and presentation. So what is meant by acquisition? Acquisition is nothing but whenever the cybercrime happens, like for example, so someone has hacked my emails in my emails. So I went to police station and I given I filed a case. So the police came and they have seized my laptop and my mobile, since they're digital devices. So the seizing of the devices is known as acquisition. So once they have seized the devices, they have to authenticate the device. How they will authenticate? So once they have seized my laptop, what they will do is like they will take image means like bit by bit copy, a logical image of my hard disk. So they will connect my hard disk to their forensic toolkit. So they will suppose if my hard disk is 500 GB, then they will copy each and every bit of my 500 GB to their device. And after that, what they will do is like they will compute the hash of my device. Like they will use the md5. We have seen the values here, 2 power 32. So once they have computed the hash values of my device, like my device is original thing. So once they have computed the hash, so they will seize my device and they will go for they will give it to forensic lab. So and then next step goes for analysis. In this analysis, they will perform the analysis on the digital like image, whatever they like they will perform the analysis on the data which they have taken as image. They will not perform analysis on original data, like they will not perform analysis on my laptop, but they will perform analysis on the duplicate copy of my laptop. So that's what they do on analysis. And finally they will present the evidences, what all the evidence they got. They'll finally present those things in the court. And at this time of this presentation, the judge will check for authenticity of the data. So in that scenario, the computed hash, like the hash of the original data and the before seizing, and the hash of the original data while presenting at the court must be the same. There should not be any mismatch. If the hash, even if one value of the hash is changed, the evidence is not considered by the court and they cannot do anything. So that's why authentication is very important. And forensic investigators, like if you want to go in this domain, you should be aware, you should keep in mind that you should not do analysis on the original data. Once you have taken the duplicate copy of all the data, only on the duplicate data you should do the analysis. And what are the findings you got on the duplicate data, those things you should present in the courtroom. Or else your evidence is, if you're doing on the original data, court will not accept that, and finally you may lose your job also. This is the important thing that forensic investigators should keep in mind. So these four are very crucial stages in any digital forensic domain. So first, let us go for network forensics. So what is network forensics? Network forensics, it is the subdomain of digital forensics, which deals with all types of digital network traffic. So it deals with packets, network packets, and it deals with like a different, whatever the information is passing through the routers, servers, or whatever you may call it as. So this domain this domain is used to analyze those network traffic. So this domain is applicable on only two layers. The first one is Ethernet and second one is wireless. So on Ethernet, we're to analyze the network traffic on Ethernet, we're having two softwares, Wireshark and TCP-DUM. And to analyze the virus, we're having two softwares. So I'm going to give a live video on how to use the Wireshark and how to analyze the net and how to become a network forensic investigator. But why this network forensics is, or why network forensic domain has evolved? We know that we are having many network attacks. As the technology increases, as this technology gets sophisticated, and so are the attacks. So we're having different types of attacks called phishing. I think you know phishing, network attacks like phishing or device attacks, spam or bots. Phishing is okay. Since the time is limited to 1 hour, I would like to go a little bit faster. So whenever a network forensic, whenever network attack happens, for example, so I'm using my web server. So after some time, my web server got crashed, and I know that I got a complaint that whenever client wants to connect to my server, they get reply that service unavailable. From this scenario, we can understand that this is a DOS attack. DOS attack is denial of service attack. So whenever DOS attack happens, DOS attack is nothing but, so the attacker floods packets continuously in thousands of he continuously floods the packets to the server, so that these packets will consume all the server resources, and if any genuine packet comes, the server is unable to fulfill those resources, and that's why they used to get that error called service unavailable, unavailable. So whenever this type of attacks happens, so the forensic investigators, they should collect DHCP logs, firewall logs, network logs, and packets. Once they have collected these logs, then with the help of Wireshark or TCP-DUM, or we're also having different network forensic tools like Microsoft Net Monitor, or like that Fraser. We're having different softwares. So by analyzing these logs and these packets in those softwares, we can come to the conclusion how an attack has happened, from where the attack has happened, from which port, from which domain, and from which IP address, and through which protocol the attack has happened. Everything will be relieved. But at the same time, we are also having different issues in network forensics. For example, the first issue is packet analyzation versus time. This means Like in network, every second we used to get gigabytes of data. So even a particular network, in a particular LAN, MAN, or in a particular wireless network, if any attack happens, so the analyzer, the forensic investigator will collect all the packets in that location. So he used to analyze that packet, each packet by packet. Like he used to analyze the packet one by one. So suppose there are is per minute, at least minimum of 5,000 packets will be sent over the network. So if investigator wants to analyze 5,000 packets one by one at a time, he can understand how much time it will take. Because of that reason, time is one of the main issue in network forensics. And in network forensic tools are little bit complicated. Like it's not simple as disk forensics or database forensics. Network forensics tools, the persons who are using who are dealing with network forensics, they should have background knowledge. What is a protocol, what is a domain, what is a DNS server, and what is the host, and what is the sender receiver, and they should have all that background knowledge regarding the network technology. And one of the main issue in network forensics is it is very difficult to detect and identify the passive attacks. And passive attack is nothing but traffic analysis and monitoring. Suppose for example, in your homes, I hope you all are having Wi-Fi devices, Wi-Fi routers. So, and by using traffic analysis tool, like Wireshark is the best example for traffic analysis tool. So I'm the person who stays outside of your network, and I install Wireshark on my computer, and I have connect, and through the Wireshark I used to capture all the data in your home. But whenever I'm capturing the data, you cannot determine, or you can't even know that some person is capturing my data. That is what passive attack is. So it's very difficult to detect and identify passive attacks. Passive attacks are very dangerous because when any person is analyzing your packets, whatever the information you're sending in the network world, the opposite person can see. So in this scenario, I would like to show on Wireshark. So before going to that practical tool, I would like to give a statement which is given by famous investigator. He tells that modern crime often leaves an electronic trail, whatever the bypass mechanism used. For example, you can think that okay, for example, torrenting is peer-to-peer sharing is very like it is illegal in India. Okay, so whenever you're using torrenting, you think that okay, if you use VPNs or if you use proxy servers, okay, police can't caught us, or the police or ISPs won't track us. But you're wrong. Whether you use any pro VPN, professional VPN, whether you buy it for $1,000 per month or whether you use it for free, whatever VPN you're using, whatever the proxy server you're using, whatever the bypass mechanism you're using, at the end of that thing, at least even one trial will be left over. So from that one packet, these investigators can trace out whole data, and finally you will be held up in jail. So when you're using torrenting sites, or when you're using peer-to-peer sharing sites, or whenever you're using illegal sites or porn sites like that, be careful. You're leaving your footprints in your web browser, in your laptop, or whatever the digital device or your mobile device, whatever you're using. So we're having digital different forensic tools for packet sniffing. We're having these softwares for analyzing protocols. We're having this, and these are the different tools. So we're having network forensics tools, but I would like to give you this on Wireshark. This is a Wireshark. So for this, you need to install Wireshark software in your computer, and so as I'm using my Wi-Fi, presently I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. Here you can see what are all the adapters connected to your computer. So I'm using my Wi-Fi. So now it started capturing. Since I'm not using any internet, it's not playing. So now I'm going opening my Chrome. So I'm going for Microsoft Microsoft.com. See, now it started capturing the data. You can see the source ID. For example, if you want to visit my university.vat.ac.in, yeah. So you can see here the site is open and the site is not opening, and I would like to visit another website, msn.com. So okay, so since this is going on, here the whole packets are capturing. Okay, now I'm stopping my packet capturing. You can see just for 47 seconds, not even 1 minute, it has captured 3862 packets. So you can understand that when any attack happens, the investigator has to deal with whole packets, whole session in a packet. It might be thousands of packets, not even thousands, it might be lakhs of packets. So you can think how much time an investigator should spend if there is no automated tool in network forensics. So let us go to analyze the packet, each one. So okay, see, here it is having source ID 192.168.43.142 and is having destination. So let us see our IP address first. So you can see my IP ID here is 192.168.43.142. So this is my IPv4 address, and what is my default gateway is 192.168.43.1. So you can understand that 142 the TCP, whatever the IP address it is my IP address. From my IP address, it is going to the destination for 239.255.250. Let us search the domain 255.255.250. So it is using protocol SDB. Traceat or ping is a default Windows commands which is used for checking, but this is not at all useful for forensic investigations. So for this reason, we are having another site called Argus Manage. So you can see here, if for example I'm going to analyze this this IP 172. I'm going to analyze this IP 172.217.163.68. So this is the free website. You can check for what are the IP address you are having for. So it is showing something here. Okay, let us check this packet. Right click on this, or you can double click on this. So see here we are getting the device ID, network device ID. So it is showing how many bits are sent to this website. So the time of this packet, and it is also giving the hardware ID of the destination address, and it is this is using IPv4 protocol. See here it is giving source IP address and destination IP address as well. So and when you're using Wireshark, please keep in mind that if you're using FTP protocol, whatever the passwords and whatever the data you're surfing through FTP server, everything will be sent, everything will be revealed in this Wireshark. So for example, if an attack has happened to your computer, so when analyzing, suppose this packet is the attacker's packet, so when we analyze this packet, we can easily check that. See here, source ID and destination ID. So here we got an destination IP as 172.217.163.68. So when you search for this particular IP, easily you can get the location, and you can go to that location and you can arrest that person if you are a legal forensic investigator. And we can also see some statistics of these things. What in this meantime, like I told you that 40, yeah, just 47 seconds, what are all the IP addresses I have visited? I have visited only 3 websites, that is microsoft.com, and then is vat.ac.in, and third one is msn.com. But you can see here, see, just with even though I searched for three websites, so these are all the static websites or different websites. So in background, the browser is connected to these things. So this is how if we hack anyone device, or if we hack anyone laptop, or if you are involved in any network email hacking or phishing like that, you'll be easily caught just because of this Wireshark tool itself. So this is how you're going to capture the data, and this is how we are going to analyze the data. I'm not going much detail into this as it takes more time. But for investigation case, or for your experience, you can download this Wireshark tool. This is a free source, so you can download it and you can install it, and you can try it on your own Wi-Fi, not on others Wi-Fi. Else, if you try like that, if that person gives a complaint somehow, and you will be booked under cybersecurity law. So this is how Wireshark it happens. So like that, we are having different forensic tools. So this is our network forensic domain. This is the practical thing I have done few months back. So here itself we will get the destination. Suppose if I'm surfing VAT at university, so here it will show that vat.ac.in. So it will show what protocol I have used, and what through which port I have used, and what is the port of the server. So everything will be revealed in this tool. So once again, be aware when you are using, if you are going for hacking, so make sure you don't leave any foot trail, but obviously it is not possible. So next thing is memory forensics. What is a memory forensics? It is the analysis of volatile data. That is, what are the data present in RAM, or what are the data present in hibernation file if you're using Windows OS, or what are the data is temporary. So analyzing of the data is known as memory forensics. Memory forensics is one of the crucial domain in digital forensics domain. Why it is so important? So whenever any attack happens, whether it is network attack, whether it is hacking attack, or whether it is data forgery attack, or whatever the digital attack it is, so whatever the forensic investigators will come, and they will capture the RAM at the time of shutdown. So once they capture the RAM, they will get all the details. What are the details they will get is like what are the process what are the background process running at the time when the system is on, and through to what networks this system is connected. If it is connected to Wi-Fi, it will show the Wi-Fi IP address and everything it will show. And if you're using Windows OS, it will show what are the registry has. In registry has, we're having a SAM security, or like Microsoft, like that we're having 5 different registry has. So it will show each and every detail of the registry has. Even if you delete your OS, even if you format your OS, if that whatever the at the time of capturing of the RAM, so all these details will be presented. I will show you by practically by using the tool. So, and DLLs, inject code, slack space. So these are all different things which are resided in memory RAM. So That's why RAM for memory forensics is also known as RAM forensics. So it is very crucial. It is crucial in the digital forensic domain. At the same time, we're also having different issues which are very typical and which are very sophisticated. So first issue is obfuscation. So which is nothing but suppose I want to hack your computer by using a virus. So for that reason, my virus file will be as ransomware.d ransom. My virus name is ransomware. So if I send a direct file with ransomware, since you're a technical person, you won't click that link or you won't install that. So for that reason, what I will do is like I will change my name as IE Explorer, which is Internet Explorer. So I'll change my virus name as IE Explorer.exe, and I will send you that. Okay, please open this to for faster internet. Obviously, nowadays everyone wants to have faster internet, even though they're using 2G or 3G or 4G. So immediately when they double click that IE Explorer.exe, immediately and the whole system will be corrupted, because the name is IE Explorer.exe, but inside it is not original Internet Explorer, but it is a ransomware file. So another main issue is encrypted programs. Nowadays, since hackers are also much into technical stuff, so whatever the virus they are creating, whatever the malware they are creating, they are encrypting that malware so that even antivirus couldn't trace that. For you all know about ransomware, how ransomware has entered all the systems. And another main issue in forensic investigation, memory forensic investigations, is the person who is dealing with memory forensics. He should have rich knowledge on operating systems, and should have rich knowledge on core related areas of computer science. So because he should know what a process ID, how what is a DLL, how to identify in malicious DLLs, like that. So not only forensics, memory forensics require much knowledge on operating systems to deal with. So this is experimental setup. So in this screenshots I have given you analysis of crypt locker ransomware, which has evolved in February. So I have for practicality, I have executed this ransomware in my VMware. So after installing it on VMware, so my whole OS was corrupted and whole thing was encrypted. After that, with the help of Belkasoft memory capture tool, so I have captured my RAM, and FTK Imager is also one of the best software to capture devices. So I captured my RAM as DD format, and then with the help of volatility forensic framework. So volatility forensic framework is one of the best software available in the memory forensics domain. Even though it is much command oriented program, but it is very rich in detecting the malicious code, or it is very easy how to identify how attack has happened. So volatility framework is both for Windows operating system, Mac, and Linux. So uh, I'll show it in live this thing. So first of all, I would like so first of all, when you're dealing with volatility framework, so you should this is why you should download this volatility software, which is a open source. So this is both for Windows and operating system. So just go copy this address. So go to that. So now make sure this is a little bit command oriented. You have to remember the commands, but don't worry, this volatility framework has given all the list of the commands for your use, so no need of by hearting that. So this is my software. After this, see, here is the I told you that this is a VM virtual memory image of my VMware which I have captured. So I want to analyze this file. So how attack has happened, or how it happened. So for this reason, I don't know. So like which how the attack happened. So I want to know the details about this. If you want to uh, if you want to see the help list of the commands, you can just type -h, so it will display all the help. These are all the plugins. So, and this is how you can get. Okay. So now I'm going to read exe image info -f -f. I want to check my this thing. So just determining profile based on KDBG search. Volatility, I have already told you that volatility is very rich in giving in-depth results. So based on its intelligence search, it will go through that memory structure, and it will define which operating system that it belongs to. It may take some time based on your hardware. So here it is showing suggested profiles as WinXP x86 and or x86. So now I would like to, once the profile is listed, so the next step is like you should select that profile. Yeah, what is the profile? WinXP, yeah, WinXP SP3 x86. Yes. So, and my file is VM. So now I would like to know what are the process running at that time. So for that reason, we have different we have plugin called PS list. It defines it executes the results of all the process running at that time. So when execute this PS list process list, here you can see what are all the process running at that time. So the process, its ID and its parent ID, and how many threads it is dealing with, and how many handles it is dealing with. So one can remember that if the thread is 0, if any process, if the thread is 0, you can think that you can make sure that the process is not running. Process is not running at that time. So now when you go through this process, we can SMS. This is the system process. See, this is also system process. WinLogon services ls. Okay. SVC is all system related process. Explorer is process. Spools is printing process. Reader.sldxe. It is Adobe reader.exe. This file belongs to Adobe Reader. So but somehow it is there at the time of corruption. So now I would like to see if there are any hidden process with this thing. So for this we have another Psx view. So Psx view is nothing but it displays what are all the process that are hidden at the time, or it displays all the hidden process at that time. So once you run this command Psx View, so it will give everything which are hidden. Now make sure that here reader.sldxe it is, yeah, reader.sldxe. This process ID is 1640 and its parent process is 1484. So please go for 1484. Where it is? Yeah, here. So here the 1484 process belongs to explorer.exe. From this process, this process has been derived. So now I would like to concentrate why this process is running at the time of shutdown, that is associated with explorer.exe. so now we can check. See here, here we're having different PID, PS list, PS scan, like this. So one can make sure that if PS list and PS scan shows false for any process, you can make sure that it is a hidden process, or you can make sure that it is a malware. So since we all are having we are having true in every scenario, so there is nothing hidden process. But I would like to see why this process is there. So for this reason I would like to go for network connections. So for this reason we will go for, we have another plugin called connection scan, which is nothing but scan CONS. So it gives all the list of connections which are present, which the system is connected. Now we can see this is the local address 172.16.112.128, and this is the port through which the system is connected to the address, this one 41.168.140, and we are also having another IP 125.19. so now, and you can see here the process ID is 1484. We already know that 1484 is a process for process of explorer.exe. so and this is the port. So through this port and through this process, the system is connected to this remote address. Now I would like to check that remote address again. Let us go back to this page, and yeah, copy that, and let us search for this. So yeah, here there are three results: nsa.ru, international.com, and Kingston. So from this we can determine that, see here, since this extension is .ru, we can easily identify that it is Russian website. So let's think logically. What is the use of Adobe Reader contacting the Russian server? Because Adobe Reader is not, it's not a product of Russia. So with this thinking logically, again we'll go for another plugin called Socket Scan. So it will show what are the sockets available. I already told you that while using volatility or while going for memory forensics, you should have rich knowledge in operating systems. See, we are having process ID 1484 and Raider 1640. So check for these things. 1480, 1484. See, here it is 1484. So 10, it is using the socket 1038. Now here also it is using socket 1. So now it is confirmed that through this socket this PID is contacting this remote address at the port 8080. 8080 is, this is the port for HTTP. So now it's becoming, this process is becoming more suspicious. So now let us search what are the recent commands or what are the recent files opened in that system. So for that reason we have a different plugin called CMD scan. Yes, it will take a while. So yeah, when we run this command nothing is shown. So again let us go for another plugin called consoles. So it displays what are all the files running at the time of shutdown. So yeah, it also resulted in 0. So let us go for another plugin which is called command line. This is what stores all the recent files in its history. It may take a while because it goes through whole registry process and then it displays. See here, For example, if it is difficult to view this in command line, so we'll copy it in text file and let us analyze. Yeah, it's good. So let us go for our process. It is 1484. So, yeah, during the time of the shutdown, these are all the process running in that memory. And we also have another now let us go for another command called shellbacks. So this plugin will display all the data from the registry entries, and it will display very rich information from which a novice person also can have some assumptions. It may take a while. So, and we are also having different commands. So like you can go to the documentation of volatility, and we can you can search these commands, and you can see. Now we got this output. Okay, see here, acrobat.link, again add up another link, another Windows Explorer link. Obviously this person is using my Windows OS. So C drive, like this we used to get rich information. We're also having different not only this, we are having another command called user assist. It contains all the information of recent files. So through this command we can come to conclusion that what the person is using. See here, having different, this is running. Not only this, see we are having many files running here. So you have to concentrate on each and everything, and from this you should come to a conclusion. So that's how this volatility works. It takes a lot of time to explain, but as of now that because of time restrictions, so that's how memory forensics works. And next thing is mobile forensics. Mobile forensics is a branch of digital forensics that deals with the recovery of evidences from mobile related stuff, like it can be PDA or personal device assistants, it can be GPS devices, and it can be tabs, or it can be any Android phone, Mac, or whatever phone you're using. If so the forensic, this domain is particularly used for mobile related. And we are also having subdomains like IoT forensics, and we are also having called GPS forensics. We are also having Android forensics, iOS forensics, but all these subdomains will come under mobile forensics. So let's see what is the importance of this mobile forensics, why this mobile forensics is important nowadays. This mobile forensics started is very recently, and still it is in the birth stage in the world. So why it is so important? So recent statistics tells that 85% of the daily communication or daily work goes through the mobiles, because if you want to surf mail, in olden days we used to go to net centers, or in some modern times we used to have our own laptops, we used to open our laptops and we used to surf mails. But now when mobiles have replaced all those devices, we used to surf mails in a mobile itself. And we used, if we want to surf the net, we used to use mobiles. Like if you want to transact any if you want to send money to any persons, no need of going to banks, no need of opening net banking in laptops or computers. Just we will open that apps, what are the bank it is, so and then we will send like that. Like that for every use we are using the mobiles, and mobiles have become an integral part in humans of everyday's life. So why it is important? Because this mobile holds the data of all the call related data and what are all the SMS you are sending. Not only that, it will contain IME information to track the mobile, and it also contains all the details of social networking information, financial transactions, and personal information and multimedia information. So even though it is so important, mobile forensics having some issues. uh, to be frank, till now there is no single tool, or there is no universal tool to extract complete evidence from mobile device. They can they can extract the device from as a logical evidence, or they can extract the evidence from physical, but there is no tool which can extract logical and physical evidence at a time. So this is a main issue in mobile forensics. And when you go for hardware extraction, that means they will tear your mobile, and they will take out motherboard from your mobile, and then they will desolder all the things, and through that they will reconstruct the evidence, which is very expensive. So that is one of the main issue. And another thing is like mobile encryption. Nowadays, for example, we have iPhone, which is having encryption option, which even FBI or CIA or even CBI, no organization can encrypt that except the user and Apple vendor. Obviously, Apple vendor will not decrypt its customer data unless the customer signs the agreement. So when the mobile is encrypted, the forensic investigators cannot get even single evidence from that mobile. And we also know that if you enter the passcode if you enter the passcode wrongly for more than 4 or 5 times, the whole phone will be formatted. In these situations, the investigators will face a lot of issues, and they're also having different issues. So coming to tools classification, we are having two types of classification. One is physical extraction, and second one is logical or invasive extraction. So in this physical extraction, we are having four types: manual extraction, logical, JDAG, XDAM, and these are the tools used for this. Under this manual extraction, these are all the tools, and these are all the tools used for extracting the evidences as based on their domain. And final one is micro read tool. Micro read process, for this there is no tool till now. So now you can understand the seriousness of mobile forensics. And see here, when any mobile forensics investigation has started, so this is the person, and you can see here diagram how this person is connected to all these persons. So if you are involved in any crime, so obviously you are somewhere here. Obviously, since the person has contacted you, so the police will come to you, and they will trace you, and they will investigate you whether you are culprit or not. So this is how mobile forensics happens. And next is cloud forensics. Cloud forensics is the recent technology which is having many issues, so many issues till now which are unsolved, which are not yet solved. So it's nothing but application of digital forensics domain to the cloud computing environment. So its cloud forensics is also called as it is a subset of network forensics. Why cloud forensics is important? We can tell that what are transactions you're using, or what are all the data you're surfing over the net, everything is stored in the cloud. Suppose if you're using any mobile device, all your data, all your contacts, all your SMS, all your photos, everything is stored in the cloud. It is whether it may be Google Drive, or it may be OneDrive, or it may be Dropbox, or whatever it may be, iPhone, or whatever it is. So everything will be stored in the cloud. So when you're using mobile, so everything will be background, everything will be synced to that cloud. So that's why if any attack happens, when the investigators seize the particular cloud, obviously it's very difficult to seize the cloud, because we are having different legal issues like software legal agreements. Suppose I'm using my mobile in India, and I am storing my all the information in a cloud which is present in US. So now if my phone is seized by investigators, they cannot directly go and access the cloud which is in US, because that legal agreements will not service legal agreements will not allow Indians or other persons to access the cloud which is other than their domain. So they will be having many jurisdiction issues, which has become a bottleneck for all the investigators who are dealing with cloud forensics. And at the same time, another main issue is like time synchronization. Suppose, for example, I have hacked a person account on May 1st at 10:30 a.m. in India, and I'm hacking the person who is residing in US, who is 12 hours behind me. So now if investigators seize my device and his device, there is no time synchronizations, because my time is different and the attack happened in different time zone. So this has become very big headache for the investigators. For this reason, recently Indian government also has made common time for all the things. For example, whether you're using mobile or whether you're using laptop or whether you're using internet, what are the devices you're using, whole India is maintaining the GMT plus 5:30 time. So within India, if any attack happens at the same time, the attack will be happened at other location also. So but in many countries, this time synchronization has become a main problem. And we also know that SAN is big. SAN and Hyper-V servers, they are coming nowadays. So till now there is no forensic in software to deal with them if any attack happens. This is how cloud forensics. So this diagram will give you a clear representation of cloud forensics. And next one is multimedia forensics. So since the time is getting shorter, I'm skipping most of the contents. Multimedia forensics is nothing but forensic analysis of images, forensic analysis of documents, and forensic analysis of audio, video, and anything which is of multimedia content. So why it is important, you already know. We have seen many cases that so and so person, like morphing. So nowadays child pornography has become major issue. So in that, what they will do is like they'll capture a person and they will morph the image with another person's face, and then they used to blackmail that. So like in this case, so we have to check whether the morphed image is original or not. If the image is morphed, at the same time we should also catch the person who has morphed that. So how this is done, everything will be coming under multimedia forensics. So this is all why is this important I have given in this scenario. So if any data tampering cases happens, or if any data forgery or anything happens, all this comes under multimedia forensics. And one of the main issue in multimedia forensics is authenticity or integrity. So investigator tells that what we see on the internet is not true. So if we see an image of an actor or anything, so it's not the original image what we see. It's there is a 60% chance that that image is not original one. Another main issue is like doctored images. Doctored image is nothing but I want to store a secret information and I want to send over the network. You already know about that visual cryptography. So what I will do is like I will open the image in a textual data. So I will add my secret information, and at the same time I will delete some other information, and I'll save that file within that as the image, which even no person can identify that. That is called doctored images. Or okay, doctored I think if time permits I will deal with it later. So, and one of the main reason why multimedia forensics is still a crucial thing is like all the child pornography comes under multimedia forensics. So in this issue, this is a main issue. Even though many countries have banned child pornography, still this happens, and investigators are trying hard, and lot of research is going on to deal with this issue in the multimedia forensics. And the final thing is disk forensics. Actually, this is a thing which I want to concentrate more, but since it's already time, I'm going ahead. Disk forensics is nothing but it is a forensic analysis of your hard disk, or it is a forensic analysis of your um, external hard disk, or internal hard disk, or whatever, or SSDs, like or RAID disk, whatever it is. So whatever the disk you're dealing with, if something happens, so then immediately your disk will be seized, and the whole image, like the disk, the image will be taken of that disk. Image will be taken in the sense, logically the image will be copied. So, and then that image is sent, analyzed in the forensic softwares. So when the disk for in the disk forensics, when the person is analyzing those data, so we used to get all this information, personal information, all the files, and what the software he has installed, and application logs, network, everything will be stored in this disk forensics. So for this disk forensics, we are having different issues. So for example, I have downloaded secretly a illegal file or illegal torrent from the torrenting sites, which is illegal in India. So now I got information that now I'm fearing that okay, police will come and arrest me. So for that reason, what I did is like I have deleted that file from my hard disk. But even though you have deleted, through the recovery software you can recover the data. So if you're a little bit more techy, what you'll do is like you will format your hard disk, and then you can think that okay, I'm safe. But make sure that even though you format your hard disk, there is high chance of recovering the data with the forensic softwares. Forensic softwares are one of the topmost softwares. Even if your file is broken, the forensic softwares can recollect your data. They can correlate your data, and then they can link your data. So make sure when next time when you try to do that. So but another one of the main issue in disk forensics is like, if the disk is encrypted, so we don't have any forensic software if the disk is encrypted. And we already know that we are having different file systems like NTFS, FAT, MAC file systems, or HDFS systems, or like that. So for each file system we are having different tools. So when you want to deal with the different types of file systems at a time, we don't have common tools, which is a main issue in disk forensics. Another main issue is like storage mechanism. Suppose yeah, I have a 16 GB pen drive, which 16 GB pen drive. What I did is like I have taken bit by bit copy of that. So after taking the bit by bit, this is my 16 GB pen drive. So now I'm going to show you what is my size of this. This is only a logical thing. Again, this is showing 14.5 GB, but once you are taken bit by bit copy, size is 87.9 MB content. But when I open yeah, sorry, I missed. Yeah, so when you take bit by bit image, so it is showing that size as 40. Even so, almost it has gone many times, the size is multiplied many times. So this is how it is this is one of the main issue in the disk forensics. And another thing is anti-forensic tools are available much in web. So if you're using anti-forensic tool, it is very difficult to do forensic process. But if you're using anti-forensic tool, again it comes against under government law, which you can be arrested. And another part is data correlation, which is also major issue in disk forensics. But now I'm going FTK. We are having different things: FTK Major, Autopsy, Timeline Waiver as software for disk forensics. So now I'm going to show you how to load a disk image file, or how to analyze the disk image file. So go open the Autopsy software. It is a free software. So yeah, I think yeah. I think some problem has come. Okay. Yeah. This is my Autopsy software. Yeah, open the software. So this is the official logo of that software. Autopsy is one of the best open source software used for disk forensics. Whatever the disk is, whether it is Linux, whatever the file system that disk belongs to, almost it analyzes most of the file systems. Because Autopsy works on the Python software, which is a very powerful tool to analyze the data. And nowadays we also know about data visualization, which is working behind the Python. So this works on so it comes like this. So you can go for a new case name is 3, some we can give here. So once you create the case, so it will open, it will create a database, and then it will ask you for the it is taking time. Autopsy is a resource consuming software, so make sure when you are using Autopsy, please close the background services or background apps which are not useful. Yeah, so see, this type of the data source, this suppose disk image, local disk, logical files, anything. So now I'm already having this thing. So while actually during investigations you need to check all this, but if you check all this, minimum it will take at least 2 or 3 hours. So for the time being, I'm deselecting all, just I'm finishing it. So it may take time. Once the disk image is loaded, so everything will be shown. So meanwhile, I think yeah, we'll get back to the presentation. So another one is, yeah, still it is running. Now you can see that PowerPoint has been hanging, even though I'm having 16 GB, still it hangs. So Autopsy is kind of memory consuming software. Yeah, so I'm going to finish this quickly. Thing, yeah, forensic tools. So we are having here, these are the till now we have seen the forensic softwares, but this is the hardware. This is called USB write blocker. Why this is used is, so whenever a forensic investigator seizes the devices, they should copy the whole contents of original hard disk to duplicate. When you're duplicating any hard disk, so the timestamps in the original hard disk will be changed. That, like, for example, when you're copying that file to duplicate, in that original file properties, the last modification time and last modification date will be changed as current time. So in order to avoid that, if you change that, this will not be accepted as evidence. So for that reason, we are having write blockers, which is hardware. We are having USB write blockers or hard disk write blockers. So it will take bit by bit of your device, and it makes sure that no file is modified, and at the same time no other process except hidden write blocker is accessing that files. So with this you can make sure that your timestamps are not modified, and you can easily present it as evidence in the code. And these are some of the examples for RAID devices. If you're having RAID hard disk, so you can copy that. So here are the different tools which are used in digital forensics. These are all the tools tested by me under different scenarios, under different platforms. And I have tested each and every tool in its domains. I had already told you that we are having different domains: disk, network, memory forensics, mobile forensics, and the timeline analysis. Timeline analysis is nothing but it shows the events in a chronological order. And I have given you here which platform this tool supports and what is the reporting format, and given you user interaction, whether it is functional, it is easy, complex means whether like you are whether it will be complex or not, and I have given here ranking. So when I tested these tools, I tested all these tools in Kali Linux system, and at the same time I tested them in live environment, and I tested them in Windows environment, and I tested them on Mac system. So after testing all these tools in different environments, so I have given this table, and I have found this Kane tool. It's one of the best tool. I am using this tool for last 4 years in my research. Like you can easily enjoy this tool. It's a live boot Kane. So why it got first rank. So you can check here. And another tool which is widely popular is Shift Workstation. It is given by SANS organization. It is one of the best organization that gives forensic trainings across abroad. And see here, even though I told about volatility framework is best in memory forensics, it supports only memory forensics, and only these operating systems are supported, and is belong to command line. So this got very low rank. And like this you can go through all these tools. Most of these tools are open source, except X-based forensics is commercial, and Kine is available both in open source and this thing, and Oxygen Forensics is commercial, Plainsight is commercial, Belkasoft is commercial, and XRY is commercial, and NCase is also commercial. So I have given this table with both open source and commercial tools as well. So you can, if it commercial tools, you can request the proper vendor, so they'll give you a trial period of 30 days. Within the 30 days you can use the tool with full functionality. So hope this list of tools will be useful to you. So now again I'm going for Autopsy. Yeah, so see here, even though this is a single file, I'm having different volumes here. So this Autopsy, we can view files. Totally there are 17,786 images in this disk. Videos, so many are there. I deselected all the plugins. It is not showing here, but if you selected all those plugins, immediately it will be shown here. But I think it will take minimum at least 45 minutes to complete this case. So again, my presentation, yeah, so this is our tools, different tools. I'm sure that if you install these tools and if you try, you'll be excited, and at the same time you'll feel a little bit confused to how to use these tools. So what are the current trends in forensics, or what are the current issues in forensics? I told you cloud forensics. Cloud forensics is one of the emerging area in the forensic domain. So we don't have any particular tools to deal with cloud forensics. And another main issue is like social network forensics. This is the issue which we are facing from last I think around 1 or 2 years. So I've given statistics here why the social network forensics is very important, and this is the statistics given. This is official statistics, authentic statistics given by the, I got it. So why this is important? See here, having active users. FB is one of the main biggest social networking site, and as well in FB itself there are many cyber bullying cases are happening, and through FB many intelligence things within inside the country is going abroad, which you have seen a couple of months back. Through FB itself, one of our army person has revealed the secrets of Indian army, Indian Navy to Pakistani persons. And another main issue is like big data. So big data is, I told you, as the data size increases, so forensic investigator needs to spend a lot of time to dealing with those type of data. So just for analyzing data which is 100 MB, minimum it will take 45 minutes. So when coming to big data, even though you're having automated softwares, automated softwares cannot replace manual analysis. So another main issue of big data is like, if the data is structured, it's quite good. Through using automation tools, we can deal with structured data. If the data is unstructured, so then the problem starts. Another main issue of current trend, another issue in forensics is these are SCADA systems. So SCADA systems, which are the systems which contains lot of sensors. So when any system gets failed, you need to analyze all the sensors that are present in that system, and it's also quite difficult that we don't have any software or any forensic software to deal with SCADA systems. So this is how forensics deals with. Till now we have seen the introduction of forensics, digital forensic domains, and forensic tools, and the issues in forensics. So now if you want to enter into the forensics area, so how I want to enter? So in order to start your role as investigator, you need to have some certifications. These certifications are two types: one is vendor practice related and vendor specific related. So you should have these certifications in order to step into your digital forensic practitioner. So here I have, yeah, since the time is you're getting it, okay, I'm going to finishing it fastly. So these are all the different certificates, and you can see here how many jobs for each certificate. Like based on the certificate, you'll be getting jobs. I already told you that SANS is the best organization in the world for certification, but you should also make sure that each certification will be minimum 1 lakh. It ranges from minimum 1 lakh to 15 lakhs. So for example, if you want to study forensics or cyber security as a part of a coursework, there is a university called Gujarat Forensic University in our country. So it will provide MSc course as cyber forensics, and VIT provides cyber security course and forensics course as well, and Amrita University CTAC will give certifications in cyber security. For example, if you want to suppose if you completed studies, and if you want to pursue a career in digital forensics, then what you should do is like you should have compulsory certificate. I think GCFA and GCFE. So these two are one of the best certificates in the world. If you are having these certificates, I can assure you that minimum your salary will be, yeah, at least 3 lakhs per month. Unbelievable, but if you're having these two certificates, minimum your salary will be 3 lakhs abroad. So these are certificates. Now I'm going to deal with pros and cons, and then I would like to conclude. So if you're a forensic analyst, you can get into CBI, FBI, or CIA, or whatever the agencies, national agencies or law enforcement. You can get into the public sector jobs, or you can start your career as private detective, or else you can go to colleges and you can train them, or you can train individual peoples, or you can even train police organizations. And see here, salary, a person forensic analyst will get $75,000 per annum. That is almost, it is more minimum 4 lakhs, 4 lakhs per month. So, and cons coming, even though there are a lot of pros, there are some darker side of digital forensics. This is given by John Irwin. John Irwin is ex-president of CIA and forensic investigator who has more than three decades of his forensic investigator life. So he tells that digital forensic analyst job is tiresome, dreary, boring, done it drudgery. For example, if you're dealing with a case and if you're analyzing a hard disk which has been involved in a cyber crime, so it will take minimum a day. It may take a week, or it may take months in order to come to a conclusion. So within this time period, you're concentrating, you're putting all your efforts on that hard disk, and you're analyzing each and every personal thing of that person in that hard disk. So when you are exposed to this type of environment, what John Urine tells is like, so whenever you go out, whenever you go to a public place, and whenever you see other person, you start judging that person, your mental reasoning will be different from that other person. And another main dark side is like, for this area, digital forensics is like, suppose if you are dealing with multimedia forensics, so I already told you that it deals with a lot of child pornography, and you are exposed to you're highly exposed lot of 40 hours per week to high definition videos and high definition images of pornography, which will alter your mind like anything. So if you are like, if you find it difficult, make sure you don't enter into this area. Not only this pornography cases, if you're dealing with cyber terrorism, so you need to see all the beheadings of the terrorists what ISS did, and you need to check the videos of bomb blastings and how people were killed. So when you're exposed to these type of videos, so your mental stability will be altered, which will have a negative impact on your life. So make sure, this is one of the biggest dark side of digital forensics. If you want to enter the digital forensics, it's quite well and good, or else it has its own cons. So these are the differences which I've got through. So uh, this is the end of the webinar, and I would like to thank the management, and once again thank the principal for giving me this opportunity to give this webinar. So I have given my email ID and phone numbers here, so you can, if you are having any doubts, you can ping me. So once again, I'd like to thank you all for listening to this webinar patiently. uh, Thank you. Have a nice day.